What is up, Logic City? It is affiliated week here at Spokast, and I am dropping 2 episodes to celebrate. First off is my interview that you're going to listen to right now with Yel Menró, a powerful new voice here in Spokane in the hip-hop and R&B scenes, whose upcoming EP, Ladies Night, drops Tuesday, September 9th. And on Thursday, I'm going to be dropping an episode with the Black Punks, I Am Top, Jang Dagoon, Spokane's genre-bending punk hip-hop group, and we'll be getting into their high-energy sound, their upcoming headliner, Blood, Sweat, and Mosh Pits backyard show, and how they're reshaping what it means to rage, mentally, musically, and culturally. But first, let's get into it with Yel Menró. Yel grew up in the Tri-Cities with music in her blood and discipline in her bones, thanks to a background in both making music in her dad's studio and playing competitive basketball at a very high level. From dealing with personal loss and carving out her identity in LA's creative scene, Yel's journey has shaped a bold and emotionally rich sound. Her new EP, Ladies Night, is exactly that, an R&B and rap-driven soundtrack to a night out with your friends. Whether it's the confident strut of Beep Beep, the romantic vulnerability of Satisfied, or the full send energy of Maxed Out, this project is crafted for every mood of the night. Ladies Night drops September 9th, this Tuesday, and you can find a link to listen to Yel's music in the description of this episode. Well, I will not keep you any longer. Let's get into it. Here is Yel Menró on Spokast. Real quick before we start, peace. I have a confession to make. When I recorded my episode with Yel, I unfortunately did not check to see if I had the camera in focus. It was not completely in focus, so it's a little blurry. I tried to fix it in post. It kind of worked a little bit, but it just doesn't look 100%. But the sound is amazing. The conversation is amazing. And also, I got to mention, Yel just announced her Ladies Night After Dark. It's a show that's happening on September 27th. Go get your tickets now. The link is in the description. And she has amazing supporting artists. She has Jada, who's been on the podcast, Drea the Great, and then some more surprise announcements coming up soon. So make sure you go buy your ticket to that now. And please enjoy this episode. It was such a fun conversation to have with Yel. She is one of the realest people I've ever met in Spokane, and I just hope nothing but the best for her. So enjoy the episode. Peace. All right. Well, I am sitting here with Yel Menró. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. How about you?
I'm doing really good. I've been listening to Ladies Night. You're nice enough to let me listen to the project early. I don't know if I should be saying this because now everyone's probably going to be like messaging you, but I had to listen to it so we could talk about it today. And it's so good. And I was able to listen to it at the listening party about a month ago.
For sure.
And I very, very excited about it. Nothing really like this coming out of Spokane right now. And that brings me to my first topic is Spokane. How did you get here and what brought you here?
Man, what brought me here, I just joined Affiliated Entertainment a year ago. My brother's collective, now label. Mm-hmm. And I got here last June. I took a lot of trips out here, at least like 2-3 times a year. And now I'm officially here, officially tapped in. And I'm excited, man.
What have been your thoughts about like living here full time?
It's dope. I love the community. I love the industry. There's some dope ass artists out here, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thankful to be here and engage with everybody.
I think I was lucky enough to meet you probably before we moved here, like at Top's backyard party that I know is coming up later this fall.
Yeah.
And I got to see you perform last year at the backyard party, right?
Yeah.
And I say this lightly. I shouldn't say it lightly, but I say this with like with so sincerity. Is just like you're such an amazing artist, and
Thank you, man.
and you're the kind of artist that like I would see you in person and I'd be a little bit shy to say hi.
Oh man.
Because like I know Top out when I see him, like we'll say hi and talk, and I would always see you with Top or in with the crew, and like I'd always be like a little, because I'd never really been introduced to you, or like, and we didn't have that like that connection yet, and I was just like, I want to say hi to Yel, but like I just like I always feel like I come across as a little bit of a, not a weirdo, but I'm just like, I'm a little awkward.
Yeah, I mean, aren't we all?
Yeah.
Weird is the new cool. I'm weird as shit.
I think last year at Brittany Baldwin, she had a had an event at the Red Room, and you were there, and I was there with my buddy Jinx Universe, and then my entire family came, and I'm like,
oh, sick.
I was like, and they were front row of the whole show, and they were dancing. I was just like, I love this, but I also like, it's slightly embarrassing. But it was cool to have a bunch of family there to like be at a Red Room party.
That's hard.
So prior to Spokane, you grew up in the Tri-Cities, right?
Right. Yeah.
And is that where the musical journey began?
Yeah, for sure. It started in home. My father was a musician, a saxophone player, pianist, and we grew up with it, bro. Like since we were kids. So it was always an influence. It was always around. My mother was a singer as well, so we couldn't get away from it.
You know, I've had the opportunity to talk to your brother Top about this. And
yeah.
So did your dad have a studio?
Oh, yeah.
So like, was he recording people in the Tri-Cities?
All the time. All the time. Every day, all the time.
Like, was it just any type of music and anyone that needed to like, or was it mostly hip hop? What was it? Man,
it was Christian music. It was jazz music, R&B, hip hop too. He had a lot of rappers that we grew up with around. All kinds of genres. We like to consider it genre bending when you're constantly exploring different genres, and he always had that talent.
Yeah. And the one story I always kind of heard is that like your dad was relentless and like having you guys write at a young age, and like, what was that like?
Man, that man was a beast. Very straightforward. He took the craft very seriously. So when we wanted to start indulging in it, it was like, he was okay, if you're gonna get into this, we're gonna take it serious and we're gonna perfect the craft. And so when I would go in the studio, he'd be like, yo, Dad, can I get on the song? He'd be like, okay, write your verse. We would write our verses. Even when we thought it was perfect, we'd run in the living room, try to show him the verse. He'd be like, go back in the room for weeks, for days, just practice, so that we can perfect it by the time like we record it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that polished us the way we are now. We approach everything with that same standard.
Yeah.
And so it was amazing.
Was he pretty critical?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. How old are you?
I think I started when I was around 9 or 10.
Oh, wow.
I think half of the time I just wanted to impress him. I loved being around. I was always the one peeking around the corner, seeing who was in the studio. And I would always calculate it too. So I would wait until people were in the studio to make it interest and be like, yo, Dad, you want to hear this verse? You know what I'm saying? And so even in that space, he'd be like, let me hear it. All right, now you got to go back in the room, perfect that, find your voice. And so that just was ingrained with me since I was a kid. And to this day, I'm still evolving my voice and finding the next level to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At first, like, what were your like early influences? Like, what were you listening to?
Man, early 90s hip hop and R&B. Missy Elliott was my go-to. She was my number one. Yeah. One, her style, the way she carried herself, the creativity on the track. Of course, Outkast. Outkast was always fly to me. The way that it wasn't just a verse, it had so much style and swag to it.
Yeah.
J. Cole. Erykah Badu's. But we were influenced by all kinds of genres, though. There was never just one genre that we were listening to. Right. We constantly listened to all kinds of music, so. Yeah. All of it.
I think it makes a well-rounded musician when an artist, when you can take, like, even if it's not your style, like if you're learning from other people, like that's how you get better, right?
No, facts.
So like in the studio, what was the the biggest artists to come through? Was there ever a time like someone was coming through Tri-Cities like, I need to get in the studio, and like they appeared at your dad's studio?
Yo, there was like small town heroes all the time. And it wasn't just our core family that did music. On my mom's side, the Spark side, there's so many singers and artists, and then people around the city too would always come in. And I want to say their name was Blackstreet? Was it Blackstreet? That came into the studio all the time, and we were just in awe, like just shocked all the time. And they were like my sister's age, so we were just like always watching them. Every show they had, we would try to pull up and try to impress them all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so where do we go next? Because I know that there's also, you also spent time like playing basketball. Yeah. And I don't know if you want to get into that at all, and we don't have to.
No, we can. Let's do it.
Because like when I was at the listening party, we talked for about 5 minutes, and I found out that you played basketball, and I was like, well, that's basically what I eat and sleep after I'm not here. Is my son plays basketball nonstop, and he's constantly talking to me about the NBA and all the things. And so you had rap, and then you also were a baller. Yeah,
full time since I was around that same age. I love the sport, and so I was always in AAU. I was always playing outside on the court all the time, and it eventually got me to college. And so I played in college as well.
Yeah. How did being a baller and like being like a rapper like help you grow as an artist?
Yo, it's so crazy when people ask me how I found the mindset of an artist. I implement all the things I learned in basketball. Mentally, discipline, structure is the same mentality. All my coaches, I always had like the hard ass coaches too, the ones that are very strict and like passionate too.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it influenced me in all kinds of ways. Like even when I approach recording, I have like a structured system in the way that I record. Get your workout done, you go da-da-da-da, pray for a little bit, you get back, you practice. And so I'm constantly elevating the same way I did as a basketball player.
Wow. Like, so yeah, it's like having a plan, or like, I mean, it's like whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. I'm not a coach, but it's, but no, I always think like athletes and rappers, like they are very similar in that like and if you were both like, because I know there's a lot of rappers that are basketball players or vice versa, and they just seem to have like that mentality of like being on a team and being an artist is like they're very different. But then when you put the two together, it kind of is like a cheat code.
I feel like it is. It's my cheat code. Man, what? Everybody that I work with, I see as a team, and I'm constantly in my mind like I got to do my part and I got to succeed in my part, because if I'm lacking, then I'm not helping the team out.
Yeah. And
especially with Affiliated, we all have that same mindset as well. So as an artist, I'm always approaching it like with my best foot forward. And we always in the gym, especially as an artist, it's like there's so many things that we have to perfect. It's not just making the best song. It's performance and being an entertainer.
Yeah.
It's even networking.
Yeah.
Learning how to approach the business in that way and all the above. And so we're constantly, there's always something you can do. Just like a ball player, like you can work all your handles, you can be a shooter, but you're constantly doing all those things and working on those things simultaneously. So
yeah. So basketball took you out of the Tri-Cities, right?
Yeah.
And you ended up in Nevada?
Arizona. Yeah.
But that had to have been somewhat of a culture shock to go from Tri-Cities to Arizona.
I mean, for me, I couldn't wait to leave. Right? I couldn't wait to leave. I always loved the big city. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to move to LA. I was a Lakers fan, diehard till this day. And so I was like, I want to go to LA and I want to venture out. I want to travel. And so I was blessed to be able to be on all the AAU teams I was on. So I was traveling at a younger age too, in middle school and stuff, just to different tournaments and different meet and greets and stuff like that. So
you're like on a traveling AAU team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're pretty good. Like, well, you got to be pretty good if you get out of the Tri-Cities and you went to school in Arizona too. Like you're not, I mean, it's always like people, you go from AAU high school, and then, I mean, the percentage of people going from high school to college is minuscule. So like that takes a lot of hard work and so, but what how did the basketball end up? Like, I know, like, did you end with an injury? What, like, or was it just like you?
Yeah.
Was it you get burnt out from coaches? Like what was it?
I feel like that's a long answer. So I played throughout my entire life. I was constantly in it. When I got to high school, I played at Chihuahua High School. And my senior year, I waited until my senior year to sign. I wanted to, of course, go D1. That was every athlete's goal.
Yeah.
And then I injured my Achilles tendon like the first week of practice for my senior year.
Ouch. Yeah.
And so that messed me up. But I'm hard-headed to this day. I'm still stubborn. So they told me it's going to be 8 to 9 months while you out. And I got back in 6. You feel me? And I got to play my last few games. And then after that, I signed to Eastern Arizona College, a JUCO in Arizona.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, bro. I still have best friends from that college experience. And so, I ended up going to Arizona after, played for 2 years. And so many things happened in that time period that just really made me reflect on myself. Like, why am I playing ball? Like, where do I see myself in the next 10 plus years?
Yeah.
And am I playing basketball because I love it and I want to play basketball for the rest of my life? Or am I playing it because I'm just really good at it? And after my mom passed my sophomore year, I think that was that moment. Like, wait, I've always been passionate about music and entertainment. And it was kind of conflicting at the same time.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, during this time, like, when you're doing basketball, was like music taking a back seat?
Not really.
Okay. You were
to a point, because it's damn near a full-time job before you even sign to college. So any free time I had, me and my cousins and my brothers would be rapping. You know what I mean? But coming from the place that I came from, it wasn't a lot of artists coming out of Tri-Cities and making it a full-time career.
Right.
And so it was kind of hard for me to figure out, like, okay, basketball is going to give me a free scholarship. Where do I go in Tri-Cities music-wise that will give me a free scholarship? And I wasn't aware of any of those things. So I decided to make that my priority. It was always my priority. And even in college, bro, you can ask my college coaches, my teammates, I was always rapping. If we wasn't playing ball or in school, we were in the yard freestyling all day. To the point where I remember I ended up finding or meeting the people who shot our games. And they were telling me about this media like studio they had at campus. And so we ended up, like, I swear to God, bro, 3 days, 4 days, full-time schedule in schooling. And then at the very end, I would rush to the studio. And at that time, I was recording remixes to Drake.
That's awesome.
Just to fit it in. And then the day started again.
That's awesome. So after basketball, like what was next? Like where did you end up?
After college?
Yeah, after college.
I ended up home. My mom passed away unexpectedly. I wasn't mentally, that was like a shock in my life. And so I ended up having to go home in the middle of us making it to nationals. And so I think we were even on the road when I got the call that, like, you need to come home. And so I was already messed up weeks prior because I knew something was wrong. And so I flew home cold turkey, ended up getting there, and obviously everything didn't go as well as expected. And we had to bury her. We had to pass. She passed away, and we had to take care of her house. And so I went back to Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
So me and my siblings just, like, had that moment, all of us in our own ways, like, yo, what is next, and how are we gonna take this pain and make it mean something instead of, like, wallow in it?
Yeah.
And so I was like, yo, like I said, that was that moment where I was like, yo, I'm going to take that leap. I have a feeling like God's putting this thing in my heart, and I've been holding on to it. And I'm to this day, I'm a super people pleaser. And I couldn't tell my mom that all this hard work, all this money you've been paying for me to get to basketball, now I don't want to play anymore. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. And so her passing was like a bit of regret of not being able to be like, I really feel like in my heart, I want to do this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was that moment where I was like, yo, we need to get to LA. We need to be surrounded in the industry where we become sponges and learn and really, like, take that leap. I don't want to live life. I don't want to look at my life at the end of my life and be like, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Right. Like, I did not take that shot of, like, going to LA.
Yeah.
Before we go there, I want to ask, like, what, like, your mom passed unexpectedly.
Yeah.
But like, what like, what was your relationship with your mom? Like was she like always there for you? Like, was she just like the person that was just like?
I was a mama's girl, bro.
Okay.
She couldn't get me off her hip, and I was grown.
Mm.
I always wanted to please her, bro. I always wanted to make her smile. She was my everything, yo. She was my heartbeat. And so even little things, I hated wearing dresses, bro. I've always been this way since I was a kid. So like little things like prom and homecoming, like I truly just wanted her to have that experience. So she'd be like, please, can you just wear a dress? And I wear a dress. And I'm over here just like playing mad, but I'm looking at the side of my eye, like watching her smile, like, yeah, she gonna remember this for a minute.
Yeah.
She was everything to me, bro. And so it was really hard when she passed for me. It like changed my perspective. I changed.
Yeah, that would change. I would imagine that would change anyone, especially when you're at such a young age.
Yeah. But also it was like a bittersweet moment. I think that me and my siblings took that moment and tried to make the best out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what pain does. It either breaks you or makes you stronger. And I didn't want it to break me. And so, like I said, we took that. We ended up taking care of the bills and like all that side of the shit. And we were like, yo, let's go to LA right now. We have to go now.
Yeah.
And so I had my older sisters. We had our older sisters support me and Top. And so, yeah, bro, we got everything done that we needed to do for the funeral. We grieved.
Yeah.
We stayed in the house, and like, even then we locked in. So like me and Top were always in the house recording every day.
Wow.
So we had our friends around like, yo, let's go party. Let's party at the house in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Let's go hang out with girls. Bring the girls to the studio and let's work in the studio.
Right.
It was all the time. And so that's where it all started. So eventually we moved to LA and it was up from there.
Yeah. So you moved to LA, and this is where I don't know much of the story. Like you're going to LA to make music. That's like a lot of people like dream is to go to do that. Like, what was your first stop? Like, what did you, when you got there, you're like, this is what I got to do now?
Well, right before that moment, I was studying crazy. Because I kind of looked at the situation like there's going to be people we run into that have more opportunity than we do. At that time, I was 20 years old. So I was like, I don't know enough.
Yeah.
And so even right before we moved to LA, I was just studying like, if I don't have a manager, how can I become my own manager? What is a PR? What is an A&R? How do we network and find exposure in all these different ways?
Right.
And then, studying the greats that we look up to, watching every show that they have, listening to every album, like listening to their interviews and what their trials and tribulations were and how can we avoid those problems and also succeed at the rate that we're at.
This like for timeline, like what year was this when you went to LA for the first time?
My mom passed in 2015, so I believe we left to LA in 2016.
Oh wow.
So I just turned 21 when we got to LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 2016 in LA, like, I mean, that's Kendrick, it's Nipsey, like is that like who you were like looking at towards like for going to LA? Like,
I mean, we're looking at everybody.
Yeah. I mean, there's more than that, obviously. There's a ton of people.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think it wasn't just that, because for me, it was modeling and acting as well.
Yeah.
I knew that, at least in my form of art, like I look at it like outside looking in, this is what it sounds like and this is what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to feel like. And so I feel like I played my modeling and like influencing in the way I dressed and collaborating with brands as a representation of what my art looks like.
Okay.
And so when I did get to LA, yes, it was music, of course, but then it was also modeling and stuff too. Yeah.
So like you got with an agency and
not even, I freelanced.
Oh, nice.
I freelanced, yo. Cause there's a lot of artists, creatively, like when it came to brands and different opportunities like that I collaborated with a lot.
Like, so it's just all like connected, like networking with people, like going, I mean, just going to clubs, like trying to meet anyone and everyone that you can. Yeah.
And that's what I really loved about LA. Like you go to one networking opportunity and like you meet so many different people, and everybody's trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what model am I going to work with next? And it has that intention, but also a lot of it happened organically. You run into people all the time.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, yo, I like your style. I like your photos. Let's collab. Yeah. It was like that simple.
What is like the hip hop, like community down there when you're like trying to like break in? Is it accepting? Like, is it difficult? Like,
There's a lot of different scenes, bro.
yeah.
There's the Hollywood scene, and I know it has a lot of like negative energy towards it, but even that, you can learn a lot in that. And then there's people that are from LA, you know. I met a lot of people from like the IE and the OC, who are also creatives, just on the grind, just like I did.
Yeah.
And even like 9 to 5s, bro. I worked at these coffee shops, all kinds of jobs, bro.
Yeah.
And I'd be working there, and the person I'm working with, my coworker, would also be an artist of some sort.
Yeah.
Just trying to grind it out and like doing what we got to do, going through the motions and trying to make it. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience.
Was there a moment down in LA where you were like, you were feeling like you were starting to make it? Like where were like as I don't know much about Yel as an artist. When you're in LA, like, were you releasing music? Were you just working to like get to releasing music? Like where were you at?
All the above. I think in my mind, the form of making it is so far away. But you also have this mindset that is tangible, but there's so many things.
Right.
Like the idea of making it, some people think the idea of making it is having one good hit, one hit wonder. I'm looking for longevity.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, I might have success in this area, or might have been able to get in this fashion show, but I'm constantly thinking, okay, boom, kill that shit. What's next? Let's grow here. There's levels to this shit, bro.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I've had the opportunity to have a lot of success in a lot of areas. And I think I'm at the stage now where I'm perfecting everything that I learned all at the same time.
Yeah.
So that goes for the music, the polishing of the music. Like, hands go down to producers and engineers. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of my music in the past that I released on SoundCloud, it wasn't the best mix. You know what I'm saying? But then you learn, you adapt, and you continue to grow, and you continue to learn what is a polished song that makes it on the radio. Like, how do these people connect to those radio stations? How do these people connect to, you know what I'm saying? So the idea of making it, I feel like it's a journey, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not looking just for like one viral moment. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that plays a big part in why I'm grinding and like my goal of where I'm trying to get to. Yeah.
I feel like the term making it is just, I use it because there is sometimes maybe the moment, but we were never actually there. Like I might have got to the place that I wanted to go podcasting wise, but like I'm still never where I want to be, because there's always another level to get to, right?
Yeah. It keeps you driven though.
Yeah, it does, really.
I'm also the type of person that like I'm a celebrate the small wins too. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I've gotten opportunities to perform at certain festivals, and that was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, let's celebrate this moment. But also there's a balance. Like, let's celebrate where we're at right now, but let's also work 10 times harder to get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? And so it's constantly that mentality I think I've carried on. Yeah.
So how long were you down in LA for then?
I want to say like 8-9 years.
Holy cow. Yeah. So like you were down there.
Yeah.
And so for 8-9 years you're hustling, doing modeling, rapping, like acting, like, and did the grind just become too much, or it was like I see a better path up in Spokane? Like, where?
Not necessarily. I think how it played out, I think so. Even when I moved to LA, I knew I had a strong core support system and fan base where I'm from, which is Washington State, Tri-Cities, Pasco, Washington specifically. And I always would try to continue to book shows a few times in the year. Come back home, show face, go back to LA, come back home, show face. And it was like that cycle. And I realized there's a lot of questions. People be like, where are you from? And I'm a proud Washington State artist. Right. I'm like, I'm from Washington State. They'd be like, no way, you look like you're from. I'm like, no, bro. We're all like, I think other artists from Washington can agree. We're all trying to put Washington on the map the same way Atlanta, the same way New York, LA have that effect.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I think I got to the point where me and my brother were talking a lot about him starting the collective and always touching base on how it was going. And I was like, I got to the point where I was like, bro, I feel like I need to be in Washington more. I want to engage in the industry in Washington more, even though I'm trying to bring it back home from like going from LA and back. it's time for me to be in the scene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lock in with everybody else creatively out here.
Yeah. I want to ask, like, when you were down in LA, like doing shows, like, what is that scene like of like, because in Spokane, we see it a lot. Like, there's artists that like are constantly out there, like they're constantly doing a show every week, every other week. And I imagine like that's kind of what it's like in LA, but it's such a bigger area. You can do a show in so many different areas, and you can connect with a totally different crowd, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What was like getting into that scene?
I mean, it taught me a lot about stage presence. Because there's like you said, there's all kinds of like shows. And so it gave me the opportunity to be able to read a crowd like in that moment, and to be able to connect to them no matter what kind of crowd it is. Like read the room. Okay, are they more of a hype crowd? Do they need energy here? How do we like engage with the crowd when they're like dead weight and they're not really moving? You know what I'm saying? And trying to make an impression in that way. Yeah. It taught me a lot, bro. And I go back and forth. I'm constantly moving. And so, I am based in Spokane right now, but I'm constantly going back and forth from LA to Spokane.
Yeah. Well, I would say like, that's like probably one of the best things about the music industry now. Like you can be a Spokane based artist, you can be here, but like you can get to LA easily now, especially we have direct flights, but like, but with the internet, with like how easy it is to connect with people now versus like even 10 years ago, it was still, we're at that point where it was getting easier. But even now today, it's just, I feel like the internet, social media is really like connected us. Like you can be from Spokane, but doesn't necessarily mean you're a Spokane artist. Yeah. Like you're just based here.
I mean, I am based here to an extent. I don't claim to be a Spokane artist. I claim a Washington State artist. Okay. Yeah. But I'm specifically here in Spokane because I want to be hands-on with Affiliated. I want to contribute to the brand and be hands-on with my team. And so it's given me the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I have to imagine like being able to like work with your brother, work with everyone in Affiliated. Like there has to be a big advantage that like working with people. Like I imagine being an artist by yourself can be very lonely sometimes. And then like, but to be able to have like a crew of people that like are doing what you're doing and then be able to work off each other, like has to like feed the creative juices a lot better than like trying to do this by yourself.
It does, man. And like basketball, it's a team sport. And so I've never been the type to like want to make it by myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of lonely. It truly. And even though I was technically like by myself in LA at points in times, I also had amazing friends and like people I worked with out there. Like shout out to damn near every artist I worked with in IE, bro. Like my project, Ladies Night coming out soon, is all with them. I finished that project before I got to Spokane. And I was working with shout out to Buller, Shane, OS Young, Mantra, Motive. There's so many people and so many artists I was working with out there, bro, that they're my ride or dies to this day. Nice. So it's a blessing, man.
So let's talk about Ladies Night.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's get into the music. This project started about when you were still in LA, right? Yeah. And what inspired it? Like, where did this? I mean, so I should start. Like, you have been releasing music as Yel, right? Yeah. And then you've made the switch to Yel Menró, right? Right. So what was that like? Why'd you make that switch?
Thinking of elevation. Thinking about the entire journey of what I've been doing and where I've gone, and where I want my brand to go. Yel was like a name that my father gave me when I was younger. And so I thought it meant the world to me. And I felt like, okay, if I'm going to get a last name, what would that look like? It has to flow. It has to make sense. So for months, I was considering adding a last name to it. And creatively, I came up with the name Menró, Menro. And every initial is a representation of who I am as a person. Motivation, elevation, nostalgic, royalty, something my father always ingrained in us. You're a royalty and overcomer.
Yeah. I that is powerful.
Thank you.
That's really cool. And it really, I mean, it, and having Ladies Night be your first project under that banner, like I feel like this whole like project kind of tells a story, and I don't know if that was purposeful, but it's I'm excited to just talk a little bit about it. Like, so what inspired the concept of this album, Ladies Night?
Shit, man. One, I'm a feminist, bro. I love being a woman. I love everything that comes with being a woman. And I'm like, I was hanging out with my homegirls one day, and I was like, bro, we need a project out that like represents like when we go out, like the fun side of being a woman, like a ladies' night. Everybody has ladies' nights. Like clubs love throwing a ladies' night.
They do,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I was like, what would a project called Ladies' Night represent? And so I came up with the idea to make songs that really represent what those nights and what that sound is like when we're going out. You got to have the popping ass songs you listening to when you link up with your homegirls, getting your fits ready. You on the phone like, girl, what you about to wear? Da, da. You got the function. You got the song that you drive into the function with, you know what I'm saying? And listening to in the car. You got the music you hear in the club when you at the function type shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? You dancing there. You even got the music that we play after. If we go into the after party or we going to get some food, like, what's that sound like?
Right. Yeah.
And so just making music that represents that feeling for us. Of course, men can listen to it too.
Oh, yeah,
I would hope so.
I mean, I feel like even though I know it's very like feminist driven and like, and it's from coming from you, I was just like, I was listening to Satisfied and I was like, this is a song that I'm like, I can put myself in and think of my wife. And I was just like, and so, yeah, like, and that's what I love about music is like, it's coming from you, but like, I can make it what I want to make it for myself. And, and that's what I was like, how you put this together is really, I just think, unique, and like I feel like it was very intentional because you've been sitting on this for probably for a while, and I imagine there was songs that didn't make it on here.
Yeah, I was working on, bro. We had so many songs, so many. Shout out to Buller, bro. He's my dog. We were working on so much music for the last 2-3 years. And after I released Cruise Control, I was already thinking what's the next project and what we're gonna do with the year after that. And so we had a catalog of like 50 plus songs, just like all these kinds of demos. And so we were just nitpicking different songs, recording new ones and putting them together. What's that sound like? Nope. Okay. Da, da, da. And so we were on that strong ass mission trying to find the best songs and make it fit perfectly the way it needed to.
Yeah. So if you're listening, you can go listen to parts of this. So Rah Rah's out, and Maxed Out is out, but it's 7 tracks, and I mean, I feel like where do you want to start at? Like, Fallback is such a quiet but like powerful song, and when I was just like, it's very smooth. I'm reading notes because I can never remember songs. That's why I had to like write notes for everything. But you're so confident. But the themes I had with it was just like, it's resilience and it's like choosing yourself over chaos. Yeah. And like, but yeah, it's very, the way you started is just very like, it's building up to like what's coming next. Cause like you go into Beep Beep, which is like upbeat. It's a little braggadocious, like there's a lot there, and I was like, but like, were you intentional with how you started the project? Oh,
for sure.
With Fallback?
I needed that intro to hit. I needed it to be engaging. I needed it to have like shock factor. So I got into my ego bag. I'm like, yo, I want people to, as soon as you hear this shit, everybody taps into their confidence and their ego. And so I wanted it to be a bit aggressive, still sexy, but you know what I'm saying, engaging, something that brings you confidence the second you listen to it. Yeah.
And so when you were making this, like, so you sing and rap.
Yeah.
And like, so that's like something you share with your brother. I imagine that you were doing that back when you were 9 years old, right?
All the time.
Because you have to sing and rap if you're making a track.
Yeah.
And your style is like, is this so smooth? And like sometimes like when you're coming from into a verse from like a chorus, like it's just like it's so smooth, and
Thank you,
it's
man.
like I can't really like pin it down and like and this is something I told Top too. It was just like whenever I listen to artists, I always end up comparing them to someone.
Mhm.
And I was like, I can't really compare Yel to anybody.
I appreciate that, yeah.
And
I really do.
and I have to imagine that comes from just the years and years and years of just like perfecting your style, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that goes, for me, it goes back to when I was a kid. I used to get called weird all the time. Like I never fit into the box. And eventually I got to the point I'm like, that's not a bad thing. I don't want to fit in the box.
Mm-hmm. Like you don't want to sound like if you sounded like Missy, like people would notice that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I like there's some artists I listen to, I'm like, what? He just sounds like J. Cole, or he
Yeah.
just sounds like whoever. Like it's, and I don't mean that negatively, but like it's very unique. It's a good thing. But
Yeah.
but you were saying like it was tough to like try to be unique about your sound.
No, but it was definitely a journey. It goes back to my father always telling us to find our voices. And as I got older, it was like, what the hell does that even fucking mean? Like, what is he talking about? And as we got older, we were like, wait, bro, that has several meanings in it. Of course, on the record, you want to stick out and find your voice. It's a difference from being influenced and copying and pasting something that you're influenced by.
Yeah.
And speaking of Missy, I remember Missy said, you know what I'm saying, when she's creating a project, she doesn't listen to anybody else when any other music when she's listening to or creating a project or a song. And I think that's really important. I want to find influence and inspiration, but I also don't want to take away from what Yel sounds like.
Right.
I think that's really important to me.
So like when you're going into a project and you're like writing it, like what is your workflow? Like, are you writing in the studio? Are you like writing this beforehand? Are you just like writing all the time? Like where?
All the time.
Like
all the time. I even have an app on my phone. Like if I'm out of state, or if I'm at the lake, or if I'm somewhere else that doesn't have any like studio, I can record or write at that time.
Yeah.
I'm writing all the time. The process of this project though, it was chaos. I catch those highs. Because we talk about writer's block all the time, right? We're like, oh, I can't write, I'm not inspired. But if you're writing all the time and challenging, even when you're in that mindset, sometimes you find greatness. Sometimes you fail, but sometimes you're like, pushing through. Goes back to the athletic mentality. Push through it, try to get it done.
Yeah.
And I think all that played into me making this project. There's a lot of songs I probably would have never made the project, but the fact that I tried and was staying in that creative space was important to me.
Are you more of a perfectionist when you're creating a project, or are you more of just like let it fly?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I learned that watching somebody's podcast. Both. I think it's important to have both of those, because if you try to force it, it becomes forced. It's like, damn, okay, I was going too hard. Like, but if you're catching those moments and you're catching those highs, I feel that creativity is a form of a high. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I go through those spaces like for weeks on end. And so you'll catch the inspiration, and you're in it, you're locked in, you're thinking about the music all the time. And I'll be waking up at 6 a.m. and like, yo, I got an idea. I gotta go lay it down. And then you have those 3 a.m. moments like I can't even sleep throughout the whole day. And next thing you know, you have like 10, 15 songs done.
Oh, wow.
And you're just like, okay, I can't stop. I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep going and going. And then, you know what I mean?
Did your producer have like beats for you, like when you were like ready to like try to lay down a song, like, or like, like, and so you have something that you can be like, this kind of goes with this beat, and like, and I guess I'd imagine that probably helps a lot when you have a producer, because especially when you're trying to make original stuff, right?
Several producers.
Buller
would have beats, bro. He would have some stacked up. There'd be times we were in the studio and they created it from scratch. Shout out to Nami Day. Nami Day is featured on Beep Beep. I went to her studio one time and she was playing different songs. We made like 3 songs that night in that Beep Beep song. Shout out to OS Young. I was like, bro, can I have this? Can I have this one? I see it. it fits perfectly, and also, can you please get on it? Like, I need us to like, this makes sense. And I think every song on the project was that feeling.
And people like, I should ask, like, where in the creative process did that song fall? Like, was it in the middle, beginning, and end? Like, where?
There was no. It wasn't like I like created fallback and I was like, okay, what's next? It was kind of like you're creating at all these different spaces, and then you go through your files of like, what songs do I have, and like, how do I put it together? And like, oh, this one I got beep beep right here, and then I just recorded this one right here. Okay, what's this sound like? This sounds good. Let's keep this here. What else do we got?
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah, and then going in like to Rara, like, it's very like, I don't know if I've seen you perform this one yet. But it is very like, it feels performance ready, and I was like, and I must have maybe seen you perform this once, but that saying that, like, it also has like it's very nostalgic, like, and I guess it goes with like your name, like there's we've been sitting with Rara the most. That came back out in April, like around that time. We don't need to go into every track, but like the one that sticked out to me the most, because I grew up listening to this R&B and like hip hop in the 90s. Like, that was what I listened to all the time. My first CD was Mariah Carey, Music Box, I believe.
Classic.
And I think my second CD was just Janet, and Satisfied was just like this. And I remember sitting in there in the listening room, listening to that track, and I was like, this is my song. Like, I love this song. And
that's dope.
And yeah, because it's very intimate. It's just like, I can play the song for my wife.
No, for sure. That was the intention behind that too. Satisfied gives me like roller rink vibes. And it's fun, it's upbeat.
Yeah.
And that one, I think I finished that song in like an hour or two. It just came naturally when I first heard the beat. It was super dope.
What's the meaning behind 64?
6'4"? Oh,
6'4", sorry.
Yo, when I first, the story behind Rara and 6'4", we were on a writing camp. And so we spent like 3 days on shrooms, like 3 different. It was legendary, bro. 3 different studios with my favorite artist. Shout out to Bullet for setting that entire experience up. And then at the end of the trip, we all are getting in the van, getting ready to go home. And me and Nami were not ready to go to sleep. Like, we were still like in that creative space. So we look back, we're like, yo, Shane, you got some? Like, you got some more beats, bro? I know you got some beats. So he sends us this pack of beats in like a group chat. And we wrote those songs like in the van on the way back home.
Oh, it's like, I mean, because it does, like, it's a song that I feel like I can listen to while driving. And like, because I did listen to it as I was driving, but like, so you created it while driving.
Yeah, I got the inspiration for 6'4", just like, I think I wrote that in the van. I wrote a bit of Rah-Rah in the van as well.
Okay.
And then eventually we got back home. We got into our own studios. I finished the songs. I was sitting in the group chat. I was like, yo, what do y'all think of this? And they fucked with it, and he fucked with it. And I was like, bro, I think this would fit perfect. It's nostalgic. Can I use it for, you know what I'm saying, my project? He was like, hell yeah. And just.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you end it with Maxed Out, which was your latest release. And it was so, I mean, it's a great way to end the project. Like, it was, it's very like, is this like, now we're going out? Like,
yeah, right. We're going back out. Like, that's that, we maxed the fuck out all night and we not stopping. We're about to go to the second after party.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mantra for killing that fucking instrumental. But yeah, Maxed Out. I didn't want to end it on a low because like you never know. Yeah. It's like you never know how a ladies' night's going in, and we want to stay out sometimes.
Yeah, and
that's kind of that vibe where you're like, okay, the club was popping. We went to go get some food. We hit this second after party. Yo, let's max out and hit this third one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, because I guess you could end it with like Satisfied, and because like that's kind of ending the night. Yeah, that's how I want to end a ladies' night out. Yeah, if I'm going out with my wife, I guess a little bit different, I guess, but not different in that like it's it's just not a ladies' night when I'm there.
It could be a ladies' night. I feel like niggas love ladies' nights.
That's true. I do. And I guess we should. The track number 4, we didn't talk about it yet. Fiend. Very, very. The vibe's like very intense. Probably one of your darker songs.
Yeah.
But like, how does this fit in the ladies' night?
Man, shout out to Nails, producer. I was recording Fiend in a mindset of like, oh, I want something that could play at the strip club. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was like, this is a perfect strip club track, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pretty Papes too, because I got him on that feature. And I was like, bro, this shit would be a banger. Like in my mind, like I'm like, okay, what would a Yel Menró track in the strip club sound like? It'd be heavy 808. Yeah. It'd be a super twerk bopper. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of just fell into that space. And I held on to that for a while too. I was like, yo, this would be a fucking fire ass track. Let me just hold on to it, put it in the catalog and see what happens. And it was perfect timing.
That's awesome. I forgot that you said that when we were at the listening party, but like now that you say that, I was like, I need to go back and re-listen to it again.
Yeah.
Just because like I was listening to a song the other day and it was a comedy meme, like of some like a chicken stripping outside of like a chicken house, like of a mascot. It isn't like a chicken strips, and then like, but it was dancing to like a Teddy Swims song, and I was like, holy shit, this song is a strip club song. I didn't even know it.
Weak.
Oh, like, what's that song? Someone's Got a Hold on Me Lately. Is that Teddy Swims? Yeah, that's Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I haven't been to a strip club in forever. And man, I was like, I might need to go now so I can hear this song.
You feel me? Hey, man, that would be fire. I was like, bro, we need a strip club anthem for the ladies' night. Like, what? Right? That would be fire.
Well, this whole project is unbelievable. Like, I really mean it when I say like, and I'm really excited for everyone to hear this because
I appreciate you, man.
It's gonna hit and people are going to love this. So can we talk about it? Like, when is Ladies Night coming out?
Man, it's around the corner. Yeah, it's around the corner. I can't say the date yet, but just know, I promise y'all, it's around the corner. The announcement is coming soon. Y'all know the project is coming, and that's important. But just know the announcement is around the corner.
But I will say, like, if anyone is interested in hearing it early, this Saturday night at Trust, they're doing a full night of like a DJ night, but then like at the end they're playing Ladies Night front to back, right? So
we're bringing Ladies Night to Trust Nightclub out here in Spokane. From 8 to 10, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be a super vibe. Shout out to Kingston. Shout out to Trust Nightclub. I got a Mavi Social sponsoring the entire event. Shout out to them. They're amazing people. Shout out to Affiliated because we're presenting another vibe, man. So if you're in Spokane, RSVPs are free. Tap in with you.
But you need RSVP, right?
One more time.
But you need to RSVP?
Yeah, make sure you RSVP. Of course, we can set it up at the door, but we prefer everybody to RSVP
That's awesome.
Online.
And what time does the party start at?
Starts from 8 to 10, and the after party's in the same location. So, you know what I mean?
I mean, having a place go down with maxed out. I mean, I feel like I now might need to figure out a way to get there now.
We maxed it out for sure. Hell yeah.
We're not gonna talk about live shows yet, but like, how excited are you to perform this live? Like, cause I know there's some tracks that you haven't performed live yet, but like, I have a feeling like the first performance of when you're doing all these tracks, like, that's gotta be like so cool to be thinking about and how you're gonna do it.
I'm so fucking excited, bro. We've been working really hard trying to get everything in order. There's so many things happening at the same time, but I just know my favorite part about being an artist is performing and engaging with a crowd that is vibing with you. It's one thing to perform and entertain, but it's another thing when you're on that stage performing a song that you love and you looking out in the crowd and they're vibing, they're right there with you.
Yeah.
I love that feeling. So I'm so excited to perform all these tracks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How, like, creatively, like, what have you been creating for Ladies Night, like, visual wise?
So many things.
I mean, you can just follow this.
So many
just
things.
Follow Yel on Instagram, and she's posting about Ladies Night constantly, and like
all types of shit.
Yeah, but obviously there's more coming, right?
Yeah, of course. We got videos coming soon. We got, of course, short pieces of content. I always like to get in my creative bag that way. Maxed Out, we started a Maxed Out challenge, dance challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and the dancers are working on all these types of pieces. When it comes to that, man, so much content, yo. Photo shoots, collaborations, all the above.
That's awesome. I saw the Maxed Out. I think I saw the dance.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might. There was a time. I'm not a great dancer, but I loved like just doing. I love just trying dances. I used to like at one time I like tried to like learn a BTS dance. Because I can't dance, but I love BTS.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna learn like at least the hook of this, like this 15 seconds, and I kind of did, but I'm so awkward dancing.
I got you, bro. Let's set up. I got you. I'll put you on.
Perfect. I took hip hop dance when I was in third grade here in Spokane, which back in 1992 was. I don't even think you could call it hip hop dance. It was like it was. I lasted for about a month, and I was just like I was not cut out to be a dancer.
Oh, man.
I'm more of a freestyler.
Yeah.
It's a freestyle dancer.
He said it just comes to me in the moment.
Exactly. I know you're always thinking ahead. So like Ladies Night's coming. But like what can we expect from Yel after Ladies Night?
Shit. Of course, a lot more content.
Yeah.
A lot of creativity. I think that's another one of my favorite things about being an artist is it's one thing to release something. It's another thing to be super creative with the way that we throw it out there.
Right.
And so I'm working with so many dope people in Spokane right now, in LA right now, for all kinds of stuff for this project. So of course there's shows coming soon.
Right.
There's parties coming soon. There's a lot of content, music videos coming soon. And so I'm really blessed to be in the space I'm in right now, and I'm really excited for everybody to see what we've been working on.
Well, I'm excited for everyone to see it. I mean, I feel like we covered so much. I think we're done, but I should ask, like, how can people find you online? And I think where's the best place?
Shit. On all social media, follow me at Yel Menró, YelMenro. On all social media, follow all the new shit coming soon. Follow me on all streaming platforms as well with the same name. And stay tuned. We got so much things in the works, so many things on the way, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I this is the part of the show I repeat myself 100 times saying I'm so excited for everything, but I really am. It was so awesome to be able to sit here and talk to you about your journey.
Likewise, dog.
It's always. I always love this part where I'm like, this is when we're talking about creatively, like as a podcaster, like this moment right here is where I'm like, oh, this is why I do this. Is like, I love having good conversations with like genuine people who like really fucking care about what they're doing. And that shines through who you are and what you're doing. And I'm so happy that you have invited me to come along on this journey with you. And I cannot say this enough. Go listen to Yel's music on everywhere you stream music, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, you name it. Like, go find her music and listen to it, and put it in your playlist, save it, do all the things, like help the algorithm, help the algorithm, like the music too. That also really, really helps artists when you like a track on Spotify or Apple, and it also will always update. Like when you're on a Spotify, one thing I always notice is like if you follow someone and you like their music, and you go on I don't know what the playlist is, but it's a playlist curated for you. Yeah. When they release a track, it will pop up there, and I'll know it's coming out. And that's how I see up the music when it's coming out here in Spokane, or from artists in Spokane. So, well, I appreciate you again, Mel. Gosh.
It's all good, bro.
I'm gonna save that. Yel. I put your first name and last name together, and that's where that came. That my
It happens,
dyslexia
man.
is happening.
I got it bad too, bro. I got it so bad. Yo.
Well, thank you again, Yel, and thank you all so much for listening. Until next time, peace.
Cause we maxed out past 10 to go through a fit first two then we mix cause I'm a rock star truth and